DJ Scratch is one of those names that you have seen in hip hop for the last 30 years. He started with EPMD, and I remember seeing his name as like he was the DJ of that group. And then later on, I started seeing his name in the liner notes of all my favorite hip hop records, Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott. He was just like all over the place, and I would just be like, man, this guy is incredible, and I loved his tracks. You know, people see him now as a DJ. He's managed to sort of stay relevant, like DJing online. He's got Scratch Vision, which is a hugely successful streaming service he offers, but people forget that he's a hit-making record producer. But I first came to know him through Instagram. We met virtually. You know, he started liking some of my videos I put up, and when I saw that he would comment, I was blown away. I was like, DJ Scratch is, this guy's a legend.
You know, the algorithm of Instagram is, if you look at a drummer, more drummers would just pop up. That's just the algorithm of Instagram. So he just stuck out to me, and I followed him at that point.
We started communicating on Instagram, just just hitting each other up. And the first time I met him, he came and did a show with me at the Bell House in Brooklyn.
I just sat in as another instrument, with the turntables, and just got in where I fit in, and it was a great performance. The difference between performing with the band and performing with me and him is like two drummers, two percussionists, two drummers at the same time, and we just flowing. This pandemic actually gave me a break, a mental break, give you a break on your body. I've been touring since I was 15, I'm 52. Yeah, the break definitely helped me on the creative side because, just me I'm a record collector. I love collecting records, rare records. Of course, I like to play those rare records as well and also produce as well. So I'm finding records that I bought that I never even played before, just by being home. So it's just like, damn, I forgot I bought these records in Italy. I bought these records in Australia. I bought these records in Paris. I went to a record show in Detroit and bought these records. So now it's just like, now that I'm home, I'm rediscovering things that I already had that I never used. So definitely being home is opening up the creative juices, definitely.
The past year has changed me in a lot of ways creatively. When things were going full speed and I was on the road and then off the road and then on the road, that there's kind of the routine of creativity is kind of disrupted. You try to get it in where you can, But being home for such an extended amount of time, and it really has kind of gotten me into this routine where I wake up every day and I have my breakfast and I kind of sit down at the drums or sit down at the piano and I can create. And I actually dig it. That's kind of been one of the things that's been a blessing about being home for so long. I'm curious to know how that's going to change when the world opens back up, because I really do like the idea of getting into a steady routine of playing and practicing and composing too. I guess the thing that makes this experience particularly special, number one, this venue is incredible. The Sultan Room here in Brooklyn, I really love this space. I hope to come back when it's packed with people. But also just kind of coming here, especially with Scratch, having not talked about the music at all, and just not even really being in touch until we saw each other today, it really creates like a sense of, risk. Like we get on stage and we don't know what we're gonna do, and we're making it up as we go. And Scratch his ears are wide open and so are mine, and we're just kind of reacting to each other. In one way, you miss the audience not being here, but another way, we become each other's audience. I'm listening, I'm here as a fan of Scratch, and hopefully he's enjoying playing with me too. So that's how I think about it,
This is like my third performance since the pandemic. It feels good to be back on stage, even if there's no audience. It feels good. And to be on stage with a drummer, it makes it even better. And I play drums as well, so it's just an automatic connection.
The thing that's great about Scratch, and this is the genius of most DJs, is like DJs always know how to set the tone. But when you show up to a gig and there's a DJ spinning before the band plays, the DJ sets the tone, the playlist kind of sets the tone. So we just sat backstage and just listened to a bunch of stuff. We listened to like Funky Drumming by James Brown and listened to all these like super rare 45s that he has on his laptop. He's just playing me all this stuff. He got me in the frame of mind thinking about like playing breaks, you know, and finding like those sweet like 2 or 4 bar loops that we can just build on. And then when we came out, you know, the idea was we were both just gonna improvise and treat the situation as 2 musicians improvising. So I'm playing drums and he's playing turntables, but we're both playing an instrument. And so we're just trading ideas back and forth.
Once we were in the dressing room, in the green room, you know, I just played him a couple of songs. We talked about, you know, some history about drummers, James Brown, Clyde Stubblefield, so on and so forth. And just got the vibe in the dressing room and then just let it fly. Those are the best performances, just on the fly. Get out.